What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Unsolicited with Sam and Jordyn. I am Sam. This is Jordyn. And oh my goodness, I thought that I would have a way to start the show. I thought that it was just going to come naturally to me, but hello, how are you?
I'm great. Don't worry. I'm actually here to save you this week because I have things to tell you. So
Oh,
we
please
have a
tell me.
perfect start to the show. So if you've been a longtime listener to either Unsolicited or just Sporty Jordy, anything in general, you would know about my Pepsi addiction. And Sam has seen it firsthand.
How?
And so I am so excited to tell her that this is actually no Pepsi October, and
Wow.
I'm
No
on
Pepsi
day.
at all?
So I'm telling myself, just so I don't die, I'm telling myself the weekends are a little open for like if we go out to dinner and I get like a Pepsi with dinner, I'm going
Okay.
to try my hardest to go completely cold turkey. However, it's day 3. I almost slaughtered a small village today. So we're hanging by a thread. Um, but I did it. And honestly, I even started Sunday. I had like 2 of the tiny cans. That was all my Pepsi for the day. And then I started Monday. So yeah, so we're doing that. And then the goal is no Pepsi and no fast food. Because not that I really care about the fast food. I just don't trust myself to go through a drive-through and get a
And not
meal
get a
and say
Pepsi.
no to the soda. So
Fair enough. Fair enough. Wow. I'm so proud of you. That's very
thank you.
exciting. I have
I knew.
first-handedly, I have had many an intervention with Jordyn about her Pepsi addiction because I literally was like, "You are going to die. This is not an okay amount of soda to be drinking." I got her to start drinking the big giant smart waters because I was like, "You have to intake clear liquid, please. That's like not alcohol. I need you to drink water." I like one year, I think I like went to go see her and it was like kind of around Christmas time and I bought you a water bottle that had like the
Yes.
times on it. I was like, "Please, please, for the sake of your body."
Actually looked at me and said, "If you even think about putting soda in here," and I was like, "Oh my god, I won't." Do you remember that? You were like, "You cannot fill this with Pepsi." It literally broke down the times of, like, when I should be drinking, like, how far I should be every single hour, and I
Yeah,
was just
yeah.
gonna start with Pepsi. Sam like,
I was
"Water,
yeah, I was like, "This
water."
is only water in this water bottle." But yeah. Oh, well, I'm very happy to hear that. Look at you. You're like growing up in front of my eyes. Like, such a oh, I feel so
Sam
old.
would Sam would literally see me single-handedly wipe out the NFL Films Pepsi fridge by the end. Like, it'd be Friday or Thursday, and it'd be like, "Is there enough Pepsi in there for me, or did I drink them all already this week?"
Yeah, literally, like, she'd be like, "Alright." Like, we would, like, take, like, a, like, mid-shift walk. It was,
Yes.
like, probably by, like, 8 or 9 o'clock. She'd be like, "Alright, I need my Pepsi," and I'm like, "Okay, I'll come walk with you." And we'd walk over to the refrigerator, and she would take out a Pepsi, and there would be times where we'd walk over there that it would be empty, and she would be like, "What do I do?" And I'm like, "Just don't drink it." Like, it's fine.
That's not an option. Also, I
Yeah.
wanna clarify, this is 9 or 8 or 9 PM. Like, I was drinking Pepsis until we left between, like, 11 and midnight. Sam was there later than I was, but yeah. And then I would go home and go to bed and then be back at NFL Films at 4:30 the next morning if it was a
Yeah.
Thursday until Friday. And now I'm like,
Unreal.
it's 10:30 and I can't keep my eyes open.
Literally, I wanna, like, go into the past, like, 4 or 5 days of my life because it's been an absolute whirlwind because I've
Yes.
had tickets to shows that I didn't realize were so close together, and everything's gonna, like, connect, but I went to go see The Basement Yard, who is Joe and Frank. If you guys don't know The Basement Yard, look them up. You'll know them if you see them.
Mhm.
And I went to go see them live at Radio City last night on Tuesday, and, I got, like, very emotional last night, and I was, like, texting Jordan, and I was just like, "I hope one day we go on tour." I'm, like, sitting in an Uber, I'm like and then, I was thinking about when we were at NFL Film, I was just, like, literally, I had not been drinking, like, nothing, I was just delusionally tired because I woke up at 5 AM to go to work, and I work 2 blocks away from Radio City, and I was like, "There's no reason for me to go home and then come back into the city." So I was in the city I got in at like 8:30 and I left at like midnight. So I had like all day in the city. So I was delusional,
Yes.
I was tired. I was in this Uber trying to get home. There was traffic on the bridge at midnight. It was ridiculous. And I was just like thinking about the last day, your last day at NFL Films, and how like I like walked you out and like
Yes.
we were like crying because I literally like in the back of my brain I was like, I don't know if and when I'm ever gonna see this girl again.
Mhm.
And like, like you make friends with people and like just because you're not near each other, it's just like you just don't keep in touch. It's like people from high school. It's like there's people I don't speak to from high school, not for any other reason other than the fact that we graduated high school. So I was like
Mhm.
thinking about that and I was just like, oh my God, I'm never gonna see her again. And here we are.
Here we are. No, we did such a good job because there were times in between NFL Films and Mojo where we would go like a couple months without talking, but like we always came back. And
Yeah.
then obviously Mojo, we were together every single day talking 24/7, and it just literally really hasn't stopped. Other than
Yeah.
we don't talk as much during the week now because we save it all for the show.
Yeah, yeah. We'll text each other every, like, once in a while about things,
Yes.
but mostly it's about the show, or, like, we're sending reels back and forth to each other, and we're like every time I send Jordan a reel, she's like, "This is the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life," and
Every time.
I'm like, "This is just you and I on our podcast."
I
Like,
do
you think
that
we're
every
so
time.
funny. But anyway, I just have to go into my weekend of shows, which actually ties into the other topic that we're going to talk about today before we get into football, which is the whole Chappell Roan situation. Um, and so I'm sure many people heard Chappell Roan canceled for her festivals that she was supposed to be doing. And I went to that festival and I was very, very excited to go to All Things Go in Forest Hills. And that was like my first stop on my ticketed events over the weekend. And I was at the chiropractor and I get this text from Jordyn and she's just like, "Have you heard?" And I don't know if I want to be the one to tell you. I'm like, "Oh my God, she's dead, dying in a ditch, breaking up with me. I'm never gonna see her again." Like, I don't I was like, "What? What happened?" And she sends me the thing that Chappell Roan put out that was like canceling for everything. And I was just like, and like it's hard to be angry at someone who's saying like, "I am so burnt out and I'm so stressed and so overwhelmed that I can't do this." But at the same time, I was just like really sad because I was so excited to see Chappell Rowan. But instead, well, I saw was gonna see Renee Rapp no matter what, but I saw Renee Rapp in person. Oh my
No, it
god,
still looked like a fun time, and I know it's
it was.
such a fine line because I completely understand and respect, and I want her and all artists to obviously prioritize their mental health, take care of themselves, do whatever's right for them, like, absolutely. But on the other hand, I don't know if it's, like, resentment or jealousy of, like, the fact that she can do that because,
Yeah.
like, I just know I'm like, when I get anxious, when I'm having a panic attack, it's like I still have to wake up and go to work. Like,
Mhm.
you paid so much money to go see her, and it's like you wanna be mad because selfishly, it's frustrating,
Sure.
but also it's like she's still a human being and like she also has to take care of herself. So
Yeah.
it's a sticky situation, but it did look like you still had a really good time.
Yeah, at the end of the day, there's nothing I can do to make Chappell Roan go perform, and it's not like I was going to see Chappell Rowan, just her, and she, like, cancels the concert, it's like something like that. Um, but no, it was a lot of fun, and in replacement of her set, which every person's set on this at this music festival was about an hour to an hour and 15 minutes per person, and they decided to bring out drag queens during Chappell Roan's set, and they just played, like, through a DJ, her entire set list. So, like, we
Wait,
still
that's
got to
fire.
hear. Yeah, and so, like, we still got to all hear the songs. I got to do the Hot to Go dance in a crowd of people. Let me tell you, it is so culty. I literally looked at Kat, so Kat was with me. I looked at Kat, I was like, "Are we in a cult?" Like, everybody's like, HOTTOGO, and I was like, "Oh my god, we're all" like, I was like, "This is a cult. I'm in a cult of
No, I
Chappell Roan again."
remember I can't remember what festival it was, but it was one of like the recent ones, like when she really started blowing up, where it was like massive crowd, like people were flocking to see her. And I remember seeing like a video pan of the audience of everyone doing it. And I'm like, this looks scary. Like
No. And
it's so freaky, but it's also it's just insane. It's the power that she has.
yeah, and, like, of course, like, Good Luck Babe, Pink Pony Club, like, all the
Mhm.
bangers, they played them all. They played the deep
Wait,
cuts.
was My Kink is Karma on there?
Yes.
Oh, that I think is my favorite.
So good.
It's
And, like,
so
everybody's
good.
screaming at the top of their lungs, and they have, like, drag queens on the stage, and they're just, like, doing their thing, and I was just like, "Man, this actually kinda fills the hole a little bit,"
Definitely.
you know? But the rest of the show was very good. We also saw Muna, who is one of Kat's, like, favorite bands, and it was our first time ever seeing them live, and I knew a few of their songs, but not all of them, but they played "1,000 Miles" by Vanessa Carlton, like, as a cover. Could solve world peace. I'm convinced that that song could solve world peace. Like, literally, the joke was, like, they were on stage and they were just like, "Oh, we just wrote this song backstage. I'm gonna, like, telepathically send you guys the lyrics." And we were like, "What the fuck? Like, what is
Wait,
happening?"
that's so cute.
Yeah. Excuse me. And then the person who said that was their keyboardist. So they just went over to their keyboard and was like, "Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun," and literally everybody just started screaming at the top of their lungs. And like Kat like grabs my arms and she's like, "1,000 miles," and I was like, this is very unifying. So that was really fun. And then Renee came out and I was in the presence of a snow angel, if you will. Oh my god. Like, I don't know what it is about her. Just, like, I couldn't stop looking at her. Like, of course, like, you're at a concert, you're looking at the person, but, like, I was like, "I can't take my eyes off of you."
No, she is mesmerizing, and the fact that you got to hear I Hate Boston live.
Oh my god, that was crazy. She literally was like, I don't like, she was just, like, sat down, she was, like, like, conversing with the crowd, and she was like, "You know what? I don't, like, ever play this song, but I feel like it's appropriate." Because also we were in New York, and New Yorkers hate New England because sports and everything. And she
Yep.
was like, "I'm just gonna sing this song." And she was like, "It has to do with a city inside of a state." And I was like, "What?" And then the piano started playing, and I was like, "Oh my god, is she about to play I Hate Boston?" And then she started singing it, and I was like, and then I looked at Kat and I went, "I have to record this for Jordyn."
Yes.
And she was just like, "Why?" And I was like, "No time to explain."
Jordyn just really, really hates Boston.
Like, yeah. But yeah, no, she did a fantastic job. She brought out a choir to sing. One of my favorite Renee Rapp songs is from her first album, which is called In the Kitchen. And she brought out,
That's also one of my favorite songs.
oh my God, such a stunning song. I'm obsessed with it. And she brought out a choir to sing with her on that song. I was like, the goosebumps. I recorded the whole thing because I was like, I need to have this for my files. Like, I need to have that just in my phone to
Oh
reference
my
back to.
god.
It sounded so beautiful. She sounds so beautiful. And then she brought the choir out again for Snow Angel. It was just really, really beautiful. And then,
And then you
yeah.
also saw Sabrina Carpenter this week.
I saw Sabrina Carpenter on Monday. Which was okay, this is actually a very I would love to, like, chat with you about this because I know we're very close in age, but you are 2 years younger than me, so I don't know if maybe
Okay.
this is, like, a generational thing, and it's a weird thing to say because I know we're only
No,
2
we've
years
talked
apart,
about this before. There are
but there
certain things where we have this awkward difference.
yes. So, this was the fir so I got this Sabrina Carpenter ticket, it was a singular ticket, no one went with me, I went by myself, it was the first time I'd ever been to a concert alone. I had a little mentee B, it's fine, but we got past it. Once we were in the seat, we were fine. Um, but I was in between there were so many, like, young girls there, and I really thought that it was gonna be more of our demographic, like
Mhm.
mid to later 20s or even like late, just 20s in general, they were a lot of teens. And like I like kind of forgot about the fact that like they go to concerts too, like it's not just like an adult situation. And to the left of me was about 15 to 16-year-olds. And then,
Mhm.
which was crazy to me because my parents would never let me go to a concert by myself at 16. And then
No.
to the right of me was, I'm guessing, like an older sister who was probably like 20 and a younger
Mhm.
sister who was like 10. And all these girls they do not record the concert. They record themselves watching the concert. Is that a thing? Or are we just like out of touch?
No, I'm with you on this one.
Like
I
literally, go ahead.
the only time I ever recorded myself in a concert was when I was seeing Taylor Swift the first night. I knew I was seeing her again tomorrow, and I got me and Robbie sobbing at her walking out because it was funny. But like, I
Right. But
can't
like,
imagine. Why do you want to look at yourself singing, crying, looking crazy? Like, I'd rather not know at all what I look like during a concert because I
right.
know it's absurd.
Yeah, and like I have recorded myself once at when I went to go see 5 Seconds of Summer, and it's because they have a song called Best Friends. And like we were dancing and singing. I was with Kat, of course, because I go with her to like every concert except for Sabrina Carpenter. But I like recorded us because it was like a cute moment of like us singing about being best friends, and we were both
Yes.
singing it and jumping around, and there was confetti falling, like it was really cute.
Yeah,
But
like
these
if
girls
you
were
have
just
a moment like that, like where a song
right.
relates to you and you do a thing together, like absolutely totally okay. But for like majority of the concert,
Yeah, it was
I don't
also
get
like I was recording the song and I flipped it around like really quick and we like sang, and then I flipped it back around to
yes.
like record the rest of the song. And the girl next to me who was like 10 to 12 must have been. I don't know how to gauge ages. It's really tough. Like this girl could have been older. I don't know. She couldn't have been older than 12 though. Every single song she recorded herself. And I was like, I get we're in the age of social media, we're posting, we're doing this. And I understand, like, maybe if you want to do it a few times, but for every song? And like, I feel like I don't want to judge because I would go to concerts with my fucking little digital ass camera taking blurry
Yeah.
ass pictures. But like, it was weird. And like, and
I'm
then the high school girls were like, they were there and they were having fun, but they were not exuding energy. Like, they were like, it's too cool to dance and sing and jump around.
that I feel like is normal for that age. Oh
Yeah.
my god, are we old?
Well, that's what I said, and I was talking to my and I was telling my dad about this, and also, so, like, do you know, like, when you go to a concert and a lot of times, like, there's so many people in one space, like, you really don't have a lot of service, so, like, you
Yeah.
can't really use your phone that much. Like, I was sitting there, and, like, I looked at my phone, and every once in a while, like, I'd send off a text, and the text would take a long time to go through, and then it would go, and then but, like, I really couldn't scroll or, like, do anything, so I was, like,
Yeah.
just straight up just sitting just, like, looking around, everything, and these girls, and, like, I know, we live in the age of phones, like, I'm on my phone all the time. These girls were locked the fuck in, and I was like, "Oh my god, I've never seen so many people on their phone, all Snapchat, like, Snapchat's cool again, and, like, sending like, like, when they would go through it and you would, like, streak everyone,
Yes.
you would go through, like, and they're just like, "Snap, send, snap, send, snap, send," and I was like, "Oh my god." It was crazy.
I'm very glad that I am not growing up. But I feel like our parents said this to us. Like this is
Right.
it, it's
It's gonna
like
be a generational thing forever.
absolutely. So I'm trying not to judge because like
Same, but at the same
I
time, I'm
don't
like,
want to I don't want to grow up, but like I'm judging. Like
y
it's weird.
I literally was trying so hard not to judge, but at the same time, I'm like and then, like, like, the whole thing too when we were growing up was our parents were like, "Get your head out of your phone," and, like, obviously,
Yes.
yeah, I spend time on my phone, but since I was, like, sitting around, like, looking around, like, people watching and everything, like, I was like, "Man, you guys are just missing everything. You're just looking at your
Yes.
phone. You're just missing out," and I'm just like, not that I'm like, "Oh, I'm better than everyone else," but I was just like, "This is weird." And then Sabrina Carpenter came out, gorgeous, stunning, insanely amazing, talented person. I'm so happy that I went. I don't think I'll ever go to a concert by myself again. It was like I was, like, jumping around and I was dancing and I was having a fun time, but I definitely do love to have, like, a person to, like, reference back to be like, "Oh my god, that was so good," or like, "Oh my god, I
Yes.
can't believe she's doing that," or, "Oh my god, I love this song." Like, I wasn't gonna say that to either of the girls on either side of me. So, it was yeah. So, but Sabrina Carpenter, 100% wearing a wig, 100% a fucking phenomenal person,
You
talented
think it's a wig?
performer. Oh, 100%. She's, like, flipping her hair back and forth, and it's not moving off of her scalp. I'm like, "Girl," and, like, props to you. It looks fantastic, and you're saving your
Mhm.
hair from all that heat that you're gonna be doing to it
Yep.
every single night. 100% fake hair. So,
But you know
yeah.
what? It looks great. I'm so excited. I'm going Tuesday.
Oh my god, this upcoming Tuesday?
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Oh, wait, it's Wednesday. Okay, so next week.
Yes.
Okay, got it. Oh my
6
god, that's
days
so
from today when we're recording.
you'll have to let me know what your surprise song is because my song was a unreleased Sabrina Carpenter song that I didn't know. Yeah. She sang a song
Wait,
called
that's
Busy
so fire though.
Yeah, she sang a song called Busy Woman, and at first I was like, "I don't know this song," and I was like, "Maybe I just don't know it," like, just because it like, she does, like, Mamma Mia, Kissed You, like, stuff like that, and I was like, "Oh, maybe I just don't know this cover," and then she was just like, "Yeah, this is one of my songs," and I was like, "What?" And she was like, "Yeah, it's not out yet." And I was like, "What?" Like, I was jarred.
Wait, yet? Are we getting a deluxe?
Maybe? Or maybe it's, like, just gonna be, like, one of those one-offs that she, like, puts out. I don't know. But it's called Busy Woman.
Interesting. I'm excited
Yeah.
to hear it. Did you
Yeah.
like it?
I did. I did. It was fun. She says, she's basically talking about she's like, "I'm so busy that, like, you need to make like, an appointment with me to hook up." She's like
That is so cute.
yeah, she's just like, "Bitch, I got shit going on." She calls him a bitch ass actually in the song, in the lyric. And I was like,
I love her.
I'm like, "Slay queen." I love it. And it was just
I
like it
can't
was
wait.
a fun show. She's got amazing outfits. I think you're gonna have so much fun.
I can't wait. I'm so excited. It's gonna be me, my sister, Robbie, and his sister. So we're
Ugh,
gonna have a great time.
the core 4.
The core four.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited for you. But yeah, so that was my weekend, and then I saw The Basement Yard last night, and they were wonderful and fantastic and made me cry, and then I texted Jordyn, and then here we are, full circle.
Full circle. Well, I am so excited for you to get some rest, but I'm also so excited that you had a lot of fun.
I came home, Michael was watching, like, an X-Men movie, and I sat down, and I was, like, half delusional, and I was like, "Is that Jean Grey?" Like, I'm, like, trying to figure out what's happening in this movie, there's, like, 20 minutes left, and he's like, "Yep," and I'm like, "Is that Professor X?" And he's like, "Yep." I'm like, "Magneto?" And he's like, "Yep, you're just naming X-Men characters." And I was like,
Yeah,
"Okay." And then I literally just, like I still had, like, my glasses on and everything, and I just went, like, passed out. And he was just like,
you
"Don't fall
needed
asleep with
that.
your glass." Oh my god. And then this morning I woke up at, like, 8:30, and I was just like, "I could sleep for at least 17 more hours."
Mhm.
I'm just so exhausted. But thankfully I worked from home today and I just like got to just like I sat on the couch all day. I didn't even get up and sit here. It was yeah, definitely need a break.
You earned it. You do need a break.
I told Michael, I was like, I don't want to go outside for like 3 weeks. I was like, I just
No,
want to stay indoors.
I love being indoors.
Me too.
Um, you know what? I'll give us a nice segue. You know what I
Oh,
need a break from and what I'm very excited to have a break from? The Philadelphia Eagles run a bye this week, so they cannot hurt my feelings. Yay!
yeah. That was that was special. You want to talk about it?
I'll save it for the roast.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Well,
That
NFL week 4 in the books, baby. Insane.
dude, and I am so fucking confused.
Oh my god, literally every week I'm like, "I know what this team is gonna do," and then they don't do it. And I'm like,
Nope,
"Well,
never.
you know, it's just like a fun surprise every week." It's like, "What team is gonna be good this week?" And, I was actually talking about
Actually.
it at work, and, I was just like, my boss straight up was just like, "Who is a team that you're, absolutely afraid of, and, you 100% know is going to the Super Bowl?" No one. Like, not even the
None.
Chiefs.
No.
It's like the Chiefs don't even look that great. They're also falling apart and, just at the phrase in terms of injuries. Patrick Mahomes has thrown at least 1 interception in every single game that they've played.
Mhm.
Yes, they haven't lost a game yet, but, what the fuck?
No, it's a really, really strange NFL season, and I completely agree. Like, if you were like, pick your Super Bowl matchup today, like I can pick one, but I don't feel like
Confident.
I can pick one based off week 4, but like I wouldn't put money on it. Like I have no idea what the hell's gonna happen. And like, if you'd have asked me after week 2, I've been like the Bills, the Bills, the Bills. But then like they couldn't show up against the Ravens, who are another team that I would have put in the Super Bowl, but they couldn't start this season strong. So I'm like, are the Ravens getting better? Are the Bills getting worse? Was it just a weird week for both of them? Like, you know who I'm really afraid of, though?
Who?
I'm really afraid of Washington.
Yeah. Literally, Jaden Daniels is in both of our nightmares right now. Every single time the Commanders play football, Jordan and I text each other, "Oh my god, Jaden Daniels is so good." Every single time.
It's just really, really insane because, like, he's playing so fantastically well. And then I don't think fantastically is a word, but we're using it.
It's
And
fine.
then they'll just cut over to him on the sideline, and he's just sitting there like, he's so chill and just happy. And I'm just like, and you're
What's
out here
that like?
ruining my life. And I want to love him. Like, if he was in any other division, you know for a fact that we would be obsessed with him.
Oh,
Obsessed. And
100%.
we can't be, and I don't know what hurts more.
The pain in your voice is just, exuding, but you're
He's
100%
so
right.
good. He's so good. And I like genuinely think he's good. I know it's early, but he has all of the makings to be super talented. And Washington has talent, don't get me wrong, but they don't even have like stars.
They have a much older team. They have
Yes,
Austin
yeah,
Eckler, Zach Ertz, these guys are veterans at this point, and Jane Daniels is just like, "Give me whoever. I got this."
yeah.
He's running
They've
all over
been
the place.
veterans. I told my dad, so my dad is a Washington fan. He texted us in a group chat today. What did he say?
Oh, no.
You know, just having a time.
Yeah.
I get a screenshot of the current NFC East standings, and he
Uh,
said, "Just saying," to my mom, and my sister, who are all Eagles fans. And my mom goes, "Don't get cocky."
oh my
And my dad goes,
god.
"I'm just enjoying it while I can."
I mean, true, because there is going to be a point where they break. They're not gonna hold on to this
100%.
forever.
My mom goes, Spencer goes, "Ha ha ha, just wait." And then my mom goes, "As you should. It's been a long time coming."
It has. It has.
Everyone's just roasting each other.
I haven't thought about Washington since the Kirk Cousins days. The RG3 Kirk Cousins
Yeah.
days. They were not relevant for a really long time. Speaking of Kirk Cousins, I cannot wait to see Falcons Saints again this year. That was like my favorite game of the week.
That was one of
Unreal.
the best games this season. Yeah.
Oh my god. Like literally just them going back and forth, and they're two veteran quarterbacks too, and it's like Kirk Cousins versus Derek Carr, and they're going head to head, and it's a divisional matchup. They're going for basically first place if the Bucks ever make their way down, but they seem to be on the roll, which we won't get into. I'm not gonna put it in your face. That's not what we're here to do. But the Saints and the Falcons are they're two. I really thought the Saints were going to win that game. I'm surprised that the Falcons won, but they only won by
Yep.
1 point. And I'm like, someone got lucky somewhere. And it's like,
Mhm.
I just can't wait to get to watch that matchup again. I'm very excited.
And literally, who would have thunk? Like, go
I
back to
mean,
before the season started. Imagine us being like, oh my God, yes, I cannot wait to watch Saints Falcons. We thought we were going to be living for Colts Texans, and that's falling apart at the seams. And now we're excited for Saints Falcons. What the actual hell is going on?
speaking of the Colts, um, the Thanos of the fucking NFL is Joe Flacco, who shows up every fucking year. And he's like, "Hey guys, I'm here to hang out. I'm here to play football because people keep getting hurt." And I'm like, "Where do you keep coming from?" He just keeps emerging. And I'm like, "You are inevitable. You are the Thanos of the NFL."
Yep. Who Wait, did you see the interview where he was like, "I'm 8 days older than Anthony Richardson's mom. There's no way
Mhm.
he thinks I'm cool." Like,
Yeah. Which was very cute because then apparently Anthony Richardson said that he thinks Joe Flacco is really cool. Which I was like, "Oh."
I love them, and I hope Anthony Richardson's okay.
Yeah, I mean, let me just tell you though, I'm pretty pissed at the Colts staff just as like Anthony Richardson as a player. It's like goes down, gets hurt, hurts his hip, comes out. They put him back in the game, and the first play that you run is a quarterback running play. Like, what
Yeah,
made you think that that was a good idea? It just doesn't make any
they're
sense.
idiots.
Like, like you see the kid. First of all, you know he's injury prone. Kid's literally missed the season last year. He hurts his hip. He comes out. He's limping around. They're like, yeah, let's put him in. Here's a great idea. Let's put him back in the game and have him get attacked by fucking TJ Watt. Yeah, fucking brilliant. I can't. And
It's
also, shout out to Sam Darnold for being an absolute fucking dog.
he
I
really
love
is
him.
a dog. I Me and Sam texted about it this weekend. Start the MVP conversation, and it's literally going to tear me apart to say it right now. But the two MVP candidates right now are Sam Darnold or Baker Mayfield in my mind.
Oh, wow. You're the first person
And
I've
I
heard
don't
to say that.
really.
To say Baker, yeah.
Damn.
I mean,
I
I'll
mean,
take it.
he's like the only one playing consistently. And I'm going to pull up this stat that I found just because obviously there are people who are going to be like, Mahomes. Like, I get it. But if you want to put Patrick Mahomes, I mean, I get it. They're winning. So I guess that's the difference. But please look at this stat. Have you seen this yet? Jalen Hurts compared to Patrick Mahomes right now?
Isn't Patrick Mahomes ahead of him in interceptions?
I don't, he may be in
Pretty sure.
interceptions, but definitely not turnovers.
Oh, here, let me get rid
Oh,
of
wait,
this.
here.
There we go.
Look
Oh.
at how crazy this is.
Oh, wow. Wow. Yeah. See, Patrick Mahomes has 5 interceptions.
Yeah.
That's
But
pretty
Jalen
crazy.
Hurts has had so many fucking fumbles too. So that's not included in that stat. But
Right.
yeah, so there's no real clear MVP to me right now. And I mean, if the season ended today, it would realistically be Sam Darnold.
Yeah, 100%. The kid's slinging it out there. I mean, granted, yes, he has one of the best wide receivers in the league, if not
In the
in NFL
world.
history. And like Justin Jefferson is just like killing it as per usual as well. But Sam Darnold, I'm so happy for him. I'm happy that he's found his Tampa the way that Baker has found his Tampa. And like, because these guys are first and second overall picks. Like, you
Yes.
expect so much from them. And it's like, if they don't end up in a Patrick Mahomes like situation where you get to sit behind Alex Smith for a year and then you jump in there and you're one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, like, yeah,
Mhm.
Grant, I'm not going to say every quarterback's going to do that, but like, obviously for Patrick Mahomes, it worked the fuck out because you have someone like Andy Reid, like you just mesh well and like that works. But for Baker, it wasn't the Browns. For Sam, it wasn't the Jets, which is a whole other story.
And clearly it wasn't going to work for either of them in Carolina because it's
No.
Carolina.
Yeah. No. Thank God they got out of there.
Yeah.
You know, I remember the day when Sam Baker. Oh my God. I just combined Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield because my friend is named Sam Baker. And I've been thinking a lot about her because her wedding's in a month. And I'm like, just, oh my God.
That was hysterical.
I don't even remember what I was going to say now. What were we talking about?
You remember when Sam and Baker?
I know. I remember when Baker Mayfield left Carolina. I was
Oh.
sitting on a beach and I got the notification and I was like, no, I'm lying. That was the day that he left Cleveland and went to Carolina. And I was like, he's free. And then I was like, no, he's dying again. But yeah, and then we have fucking Aaron Rodgers over here not being able to be Bo fucking Nix.
Without him scoring a touchdown.
It was pretty
Abysmal.
horrific. Yeah.
Abysmal. Do you want to get in? This is a good segue into our Gridiron Gossip segment.
Oh, for sure. Here we go.
So, Gridiron Gossip this week. This is a newer segment. We talk about some drama that's going on within the NFL. And today we obviously have to talk about Devante Adams because huge news. Leading up to, he requested a trade out of Las Vegas this week. Leading up to that, there were all these reports that like Vegas was open to trading him. They were listening to calls. He goes on the Up and Adams show with Kay Adams and he's like, no one's talked to me. No one said anything to me. And then shortly after that, the request for a trade came out. So apparently there are teams already calling. Vegas is in contact with teams. Where do you think Devante Adams ends up? And do you think it would be wise of him to go to the Jets?
I do not think it is wise of him to go to the Jets. I think it would be a waste of his time. I think he should sign with the Saints. I think Devante Adams on the Saints, all of a sudden, we're having the Saints at home in Super Bowl. Like, I think that it changes the game so much. The Olave Adams matchup would be insane. He's played with Derek Carr on the Raiders, and he's played with him in college. I just would love to see it. I don't think he's going to go to the Chiefs. People are talking about him going to the Chiefs. I don't think he's going to the Chiefs because they are division rivals. They're not going to trade to a division rival. And there's talks right now about Tyreek Hill going back to the Chiefs, which is like a whole other story. I don't know if you heard about that.
No.
Yeah, Tyreek tweeted this morning.
Oh, no.
I saw it, and he was like, woke up to trade news or something. I don't know. Wait, hold on. Let me pull it up.
Dude, I feel so bad for Dolphins fans this year.
Oh my God. Oh, I know, it's so sad. He said, woke up to trade news. Exciting. That was 6 hours ago. And then then someone like a reporter tweeted, Tyreek Hill asked about Kansas City, says he wants to be in Miami. And then Tyreek Hill posted a SpongeBob meme of a guy like looking over his shoulder like, what? And then 2 hours ago he tweeted, I love trolling you nutcases. So I didn't see that one. But I've seen a lot of things about him going to the Chiefs. But anyway,
Jeez.
and people talking about him going to the Steelers, but I think Devante is like, he's getting older. He's like, I'm going to be with someone, either Aaron or Derek, who I know I can play with, and I know that I will like basically like I will get the ball. I will be able to perform. He's not getting that in Vegas.
No, he's not. Vegas is a shit show. As much, and I agree, because my pick for him, like, if I could just place him where I want him to go, like if I had that power, it would be Pittsburgh, just because it would be so fun. And they really are a wide receiver away from being a playoff team. I still think they could be, but they're not great right now, but they're good. They're doing everything that they have to do to win. it's really, really amazing to see. Everyone knows I wanted a Justin Fields revenge arc, and we're getting it, and I'm loving it.
Mhm.
But yeah, no, I would love to see him in Pittsburgh. I'm also just terrified if he goes to the Saints because
NFC, yeah.
that's scary.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, not that my team's good anymore, but not that it
Welcome.
matters.
Welcome. We didn't we were so pumped last week to when we were doing the live show. We were so pumped for the Giants to beat the Cowboys last week. And I'm sitting in a bar just like I don't want to be here anymore. I want to go home. I'm not having a good time. I set a 5-leg parlay.
It's time.
I set a 5-leg parlay and only one leg hit. And I was like, "What the fuck? This is ridiculous." And the shittiest part of it was that if the Cowboys just walked in like they did last year and just completely blew us out, I'd have been like, "Whatever." It's the fact that the Cowboys look like garbage and we could have beat them. And that's what pisses me off.
You guys were so close. And I was rooting so hard for you.
And like Al Michaels is out here even saying he's like Daniel Jones like kind of doesn't look that bad. And like then of course, oh my god, Malik Neighbors is still in protocol. He's not ready yet, and I'm freaking out. And I saw like I got like a notification on my phone, and it like popped down, and it was just like, "Can the Giants win without Malik Neighbors?" And out loud, I went, "No, they can't." That
No,
like
I don't think they
you think
can.
I'm gonna rely on fucking Devin Singletary to run? I mean, granted, shout out Devin. I mean, except for the Cowboys game, he looked like garbage, despite the fact that the Cowboys run game or the run defense is Swiss cheese. I don't know why he didn't have 4 million yards.
Yeah.
We can't rely on Devin Singletary to do everything, and like half of our receivers just like don't even show up half the time. So I'm just literally I saw him go down and I went and like nobody else gasped around me and I was like, why isn't anybody else looking concerned? And I'm like and like everyone's sitting there and I'm just like, does is no one realizing that Malik Neighbors just died? Like literally I was like, I get people are drinking, but like damn, come on. That was like blatantly like him dying on the sideline.
That's literally why I can't go out and watch games in public because
It was
for the
hard because
Eagles, I
yeah,
have
like
that. I love
normally I'm
watching other
watching
teams.
Yeah, normally I'm just like watching any other team, but the fact that it
Yes.
was Giants Cowboys, I was like stoked. Kristen, my friend Kristen came and like we watched it
Oh,
together and it was like and like she's a Giants fan too, so like we were like super stoked about it and then I was just sitting there and I was and but the good thing was is that on the next TV over was the Yankees winning and winning the AL East. So I was like, okay, not too bad. I'm like so into the MLB postseason right now, by the way.
let's fucking go.
Yeah, I'm really into it. I was like rooting hardcore for the Tigers yesterday, and then today I was like, "Fuck you, Astros! Go the fuck home, cheaters! I hate them."
Sam, can we talk MLB playoffs throughout?
Yeah, yeah,
Let's go. I'm
I
so
love it. I
excited.
literally and like obviously the Cowboys. Oh my god, my brain is deteriorating away.
No, it's okay.
The Yankees have been in the postseasons before, but I don't know what it is about this season that I'm like, I need to know what's going on. I think maybe because like the World Series is very possible. I don't know.
Yeah.
I want to see it. I want
Imagine.
to
Oh my
see
God.
a Yankees. I know. I'm sorry, but I want to see a Yankees Mets World Series. And I know that that
Damn, I
doesn't.
was just getting ready to say, imagine if we could get a Phillies Yankees World Series. That would be. And
It
she's
would be.
like,
It would
nope,
be great for
Mets.
content.
It would be so perfect.
But yeah, no, I
But yeah,
really got
no,
into
there's
it.
nothing. I fucking love October baseball.
Yeah, no, and like again, I used to be like super into the MLB when I was like in high school because I was playing softball. So like, I guess maybe because it's a similar sport, I was like more enjoying of it. I like used
Valid.
to be so I used to be able to like list off the Yankees roster. Like I was deep into it. And
Yeah.
then I went to college and I just like I don't know, I think I kind of fell off the wagon for a bit, and, like, I think now I'm just, like, feeling it a little bit more. I'm getting more into it, and then seeing the fucking Tigers defeat the Astros and eliminate them, I was like, "Let's go. Fuck the
Yeah, no,
Astros."
I completely relate to that because the Phillies did not reach the playoffs for 11 straight years. So there was a large chunk of my life where I could care less about the MLB postseason and the World Series. And now that's very much not the case. And I love every second of it, even though I
Yeah.
end up dead at the end of the season anyway from
Yeah. No.
heartbreak.
I'm, like, I'm really stoked about it. And maybe it is because, like, I think the Yankees could go to the World Series this year, and we haven't won a World Series since 2009. Like, I was in 8th grade the last
Yeah.
time we won a World Series. So, but yeah, let's talk. Let's talk MLB postseason as it goes on this month.
Yes, let's do it. Well, now I transitioned our titles because Sam started roasting the Giants, so it
Yeah.
only felt
Which,
appropriate.
which was funny because they weren't even my roast, but it worked
Who
out.
is your roast?
I'm gonna let you go first.
Okay. I'm roasting the Philadelphia fucking Eagles because they make me want to jump off a bridge or stab really sharp things into my eyes. I don't know what the hell happened. That was one of the most abysmal things I've ever seen in my entire life. And I went in with low expectations, and somehow those low expectations were not low enough.
Oh,
I wanted to die. Our defense doesn't know how to make a tackle. Our offense can't do shit. And what's so frustrating is even though we were playing that bad, we were still in a position where like we could have at least come back to life. Like there was no part of it where it was close, but there were parts where like it could have been close to make us competitive. And like maybe that's what we needed for a momentum shift, for something big to happen. And we had a few good moments. We ended up getting points on the board. At some point, we had Keely Ringo run it back after the missed extra point, which was great. Or the missed 2-point conversion, whatever it was. That I thought like was gonna bring some life back, but oh no, Jalen Hurts can't hold on to the ball. Nick Sirianni has no idea what he's doing. Now Slay is going on Micah Parsons' podcast, and they're joking about CJ Gardner-Johnson, and CJ Gardner-Johnson's pissed. And I'm like, Nick Sirianni thinks he's Ted Lasso and he can just smile and do nothing. Our team is falling apart at the seams. No one's alive. We're down our top 2 receivers. We don't know how to win without Lane Johnson. Baker Mayfield is ruining my life.
full disclosure and transparency to our listeners, I was full blown ready to cut last week the reel that Jordyn said that she was like Baker Mayfield was growing on her. And I asked her permission. I was like, "Can we do this?" And she literally was like, "No." I was like,
No.
"Fair enough." And I was like, "Yo," and I literally said to her, I was like, "Your reputation is more important to me than a Baker Mayfield reel."
I felt so bad about it too. But
No,
I
it's
literally was
fine.
like, I cannot in good faith post this right now. Like
Maybe it'll be like in like March.
let's just do a collab because I'm pretty sure I said like my feelings for him will be officially determined based
They
off this game.
correct. Correct.
And oh, Baker, you were so close to being on my good side, and now you're on the fucking naughty list.
Oh,
Why do you play like a Hall of Fame quarterback against the Eagles? My
that's
friend
because
from Rhode
Baker
Island.
Mayfield is a Hall of Fame quarterback.
No! My friend from Rhode Island texted me and said, "Why is Baker Mayfield playing like Lethal Injection is on the line?" And I said, "I want to die."
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Jordyn and I didn't speak on Sunday. I'm pretty sure. Yeah,
I
no.
that was the first time in so long. Normally, when the Eagles are playing on Sundays, I have them on the big screen and I have my computer up with Red Zone until the Eagles game is done. Like Eagles game is always the priority.
Sure.
By halftime, before halftime, we were watching strictly Red Zone. I was like, I don't even want to see this anymore. Like this is actually painful to watch.
Welcome to my world. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
journey.
So I literally have no idea what to expect for the rest of the season.
Well, my roast, I literally wrote it on a Post-it note right over there, was I'm glad that you said it because Nick Sirianni is so fucking stupid. He was gonna be my
Ugh,
roast. I literally was like I was watching a press conference of his and I was like, do you even know do you have a brain? Like, do
no,
you even know what you're saying right now? Like, he just, like,
no.
is just spewing garbage out of his mouth, acting like a child half the I mean, I never really liked him, but the fact that your quarterback is more of an adult than you are is very telling.
Yep. No, he literally, the sound from Trump where he goes, I have concepts of a plan. I'm
Yeah.
not president right now. That is Nick Sirianni.
Yeah.
Like, he has no idea what the hell is going on. And I think we didn't know how bad it was. And all of our success actually came from Shane Steichen. And then we got to put the blame on young talent and new offensive coordinators. And now we get another offensive coordinator. And I think we're finally seeing where the actual problem is. And like I said, like, there's a clear locker room issue right now. Like,
Mm.
our players just do not give a fuck. Where do you think that comes from? Like, we have way too much talent for no one to have any idea what's going on and zero motivation. This is Philly. We have grit, we have heart, we have soul. I need to see an ounce of that. You saw our Super Bowl team that won the Super Bowl, that they were nobodies. It was everyone that just decided we were going to win the Super Bowl that year, and everyone came together with a backup quarterback and got the job done. Like, that's Philly. Now we have star talent and we can't even beat Baker. Even though Baker's good right now, so it sucks.
Yeah. Did you see the
I'm just
comments
like screaming, and Sam's like, I know, I
I
know.
just you just have to smile and nod sometimes, you know? You gotta let it out. But did you see the comments that, like, Baker kinda, like, tongue in cheek was like, "Oh, yeah, I brought, like, the fun back to Tampa Bay," and then Tom Brady was like, I thought that being less stressed was when you had Super Bowl rings," and I was like, "Jesus Christ, Tom.
It was
What is"
literally, like, like, me and Brian were just watching the broadcast, and, like, I can't remember who was in the booth with Brady, but whoever it
It's
was, like,
Kevin
teed it
Burkhardt.
up. Yes, yes, and he teed it up, and then Tom Brady said that, and me and Brian were listening, and we were like, "Oh, oh my god," like, he was just, like, ending Baker Mayfield, and I was like, "Jesus Christ."
Literally and, like, Tom Brady, full preface, will always be wo the greatest quarterback of all time. Like, I really don't think there's anyone that's ever gonna be better than Tom Brady.
No.
You are retired, sir. You are now an announcer, and I feel like he is trying really hard to stay relevant. And you'll always be relevant in the football world because you're Tom fucking Brady, but, like, you're not a player anymore. You don't trash talk on the field anymore. You don't win Super Bowls anymore.
No.
You can't trash talk a player who's also winning for your former team right now and
Yes.
trash talk him in the booth while you're calling the game. Like,
Yes.
what?
No, it was really, really insane, actually.
Yeah. No, I
Tom's
just
messy.
I think so. And I think he just keeps saying things like that so that he stays in the headlines and people continue to talk about Tom Brady.
Wait, do you wanna know what's really crazy? Like,
Of course.
present day, like, the Michael Jordan, LeBron James debate for, like, the greatest of all time, and it's like the older generation thinks Michael Jordan and everyone today thinks LeBron James.
Yeah.
Like, that's gonna be us with our kids being like, "No, I swear to God, little Timmy, Tom was the real deal." And he's gonna be like, "Oh, look at his stats. He didn't do that much. He won Super Bowls." And then
No.
it's gonna be the
Meanwhile,
worst day of my life.
we've hated Tom Brady, like, our whole lives, but, like, when we're older, we're gonna defend him till we die.
Yes.
We're gonna be like, "No." And then but
Because
then there's already the Patrick Mahomes Tom Brady conversation,
already, yeah.
which is
Well, like, not even in theory. legitimately, Patrick Mahomes is the better athlete. Like, I don't think anyone is denying that. But if Patrick Mahomes wins more Super Bowls than Tom Brady, conversation's open. Like, what if we get to that point, then I will absolutely have the debate and I will make a decision. But like, as of right now, Tom Brady is still Tom fucking Brady, and he's the greatest quarterback of all time.
And he'll always be that, even as people continue to get better and better.
It's not just stats and amazing passes. There is more to it to make you the GOAT.
Yeah, exactly. IQ, just being on the field, teams, coaches, what you were able to do with a franchise that was like dead in the water.
Yep.
So, anyways, do we have time for a quick book talk segment?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, we haven't done a book talk segment in quite some time, but it's mostly because Jordyn and I have not been reading the same books. But because of I didn't even realize I'm wearing our reading retreat shirt. It says my weekend is all booked. It's very comfortable. But we ended up reading a book for our shush. I don't know if you heard the meow. For our reading retreat. It's called Quicksilver. It's more of a debut novel, romantic-y type of vibes. Before we close off the show, let's talk a bit about Quicksilver, because we had a discussion on our reading retreat, but I'm gonna do it for the show too. So talk to me. How are you feeling?
I thoroughly enjoyed this book. Knew nothing about it going into it. It was really, really entertaining, super easy to read. I rated it 4 stars out of 5. And this was definitely on the smuttier side than what I'm used to.
My God.
It was very dirty.
And like vulgar.
Like kinky, dirty, descriptive.
And I was on the same level as you. I knew nothing about this book going in. And like, I didn't even know what the book was about. I just started reading it because there is no like description on this book. Like, that's how I think it's self-published too. So like, it's just like ridiculous. And then I'm sitting there in that first, like, we kind of expect it, you expect like little bit intimate scenes, and like we enjoy them, we have fun, whatever. But like all of a sudden, like the words, I was like, oh my God. And it just kept getting more and more and more and more. And I was like, this is bananas.
And I think, so I want to make it clear, I really did like this book and I will recommend it to people. Yeah. Was it best book I've ever read? No, but it's fun and it's great. I think where it kind of fell a little short for me and why I couldn't give it a 5-star by any means, I honestly think I would argue it's actually like a 3.5 rounded up to a 4. Okay. But I think there's a Brian here. Hi, Brian.
Brian. Hi.
Say hi to our listeners.
Hi, listeners.
What?
Quicksilver.
I know that.
With my type of mind, I'm like, I would have no idea what I was talking about.
Yeah. The parts where I think it fell a little short to me, like, yes, it was very, very smutty. I just felt like the smut also came at like very awkward timing. Like they were going through these like super intense, like scary moments that didn't know if they were going to make it out alive. And then they just went into like the kinkiest scenes. And I was like, whoa, like they gave you no breathing room, or like you would just get out of a kinky scene, walk out the door, and then like the world is ending.
I'm like we're in like the war room. People are dying. Yeah. Like, yeah, no, I was like
it was the scale was a little skewed, but the characters were fun. Carrie-Anne was one of my favorite book characters of all time. I thought it was hysterical.
Carrie-Anne was fantastic, and just the comedic relief that you need in a book sometimes, especially when it has to do with like war and like stuff like that. Like he was like the Cassian of this book, I think.
Yes.
Same vibes.
Yes.
But yeah, no, I was like, I enjoyed it. I will definitely read the second book, but I agree with you. It wasn't like the best book I ever read in my life. Um, but and I definitely like was like because I didn't know what it was about. I was like, where are we going? What's
Yeah.
happening? And like, but like it was nice to kind of like have a reference back to like the page that had like the pronunciations on it. I was like, this is nice. I like this. I like having, but like as a debut novel though, I was like, this is a much better debut novel than I have read because I've just read another fantasy debut novel and I just did not enjoy it. And it was just not that good. It's called Lore of the Wilds. And I was just like, eh, eh.
That's a very valid point because for debut fantasy is so hard to write and it's a big book. There was a lot of world building, a lot of characters, and it really did like the whole world made sense, which I think is the hardest part
Yeah.
to put together. It was just the romance for me that threw me off, but I also just like personal preference. I prefer war to smut. Like I just
What an
I'd
insane
rather
sentence. I prefer war to smut.
imagine that out of context. Like
We might need to post it out of context.
we're just
Just
gonna put up
jar.
a 3 second. Yep.
I prefer war. That's really
To
funny.
smut.
Continue, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
But no, I do. I prefer, and not even just war, but just like action and like I like a little taste of it. I like the romance, all fun and games, but I definitely like the chaos more. Um,
Sure.
so yeah, but overall, really good book. And now I'm back reading my tandem read. I have like 200 pages left total between both books.
Oh my
So
god. That's so
we get into
exciting.
the yes, and then I get to read Kingdom of Ash, which I'm really, really excited / nervous for. I heard it's going to completely derail my mental being, so it should be a really great time.
Yeah. That sounds like exactly what you need right now, actually. You
Yes.
need your
Are you?
mental
What are
being.
you reading? What are you
I'm
reading right now?
still reading Powerless. I have not really had the chance to read
No, you
since I was
haven't because you've been to 9 concerts.
yeah. It's like I come home and like if I open a book and I read one sentence, I'm gonna go to sleep immediately.
Yeah.
So I really haven't had a moment and I've tried to read like on the bus on the way to work and I get like 20 minutes in and then I'm like, I feel ill. So it's just I'm almost done with it and then I'll be able to start Reckless. But I mean I'm still enjoying it, but I have to
Good.
finish it.
Good. Well, we'll see where we're at next week with our books.
Well
If
actually next week.
oh, next week, our episode has a lot of question marks around it. It
Yes.
definitely, we can guarantee you will not get an episode from us Thursday, but you
Mhm.
may get one Saturday,
Maybe? Possibly?
maybe, possibly. So we may see you on Saturday. We may not see you until I'm losing it. The British accent's coming out. We
Time to
may
go to
see you on
bed.
Saturday. We also may see you next Thursday. To keep updated, here we go. Make sure to follow us on all of our social media accounts. You can find us on TikTok, Instagram, and Threads at the unsolicited_podcast. You can find us on Twitter at Sam and Jordyn. And of course, you can find us wherever you get your audio podcasts as well. If you enjoyed this episode, give us a thumbs up and subscribe, and we will see you whenever we see you.
We'll let you know.
We'll let you know. Bye, guys.